Welcome to our recap of these clashes here today at Mate Stadium to end round number 3. The Adelaide Fire at home hosting the Tassie Tigers. Jordan Canellis and Renee Cusick with you. Renee, hello.
Hi.
We had some great matches on offer today. The Adelaide Fire needed the wins in both contests, but it ended up being the Tassie Tigers who came over the ocean and into South Australia and taking victory. Starting off with the men's match, this ended up being a great contest, Renee. It was 3-0 the lead for the Adelaide Fire at half-time. That man right there, Landon Morley with the hat-trick, but the Tigers would make the comeback.
Yeah, and this touch by Landon just boosted the morale of the Fire. It was such a nice goal. But then Tassie stood up in that third quarter and just decided to be like, we're here. We've come all this way. We are going to really put on a show. And we saw power, we saw placement, and we saw grit.
Josh Brooks scoring that penalty corner, and then Eddie Ockenden finishing off the job and scoring what would be the eventual winner with that field goal and the conversion. Now onto the women's match, and this was a tight, cagey affair, a bit defensive. The Tassie Tigers come away with 2 goals to the good, thanks to Gitta Michels, who scored penalty corners in the third quarter.
Yeah, Gitta really did provide that solid foundation that you can see here. This slap that just boomed into the backboard. And she really stood up in defence as well. She was a solid player all round. But you're right, they did grind this game out. It was fairly even throughout. And so Tassie was lucky to walk away, but it could have gone either way throughout the day.
Certainly could have, yeah. And Adelaide came home with a bang in that last quarter, trying to force the issue and playing with a bit more urgency, but the Tassie Tigers ended up holding on. This is Gitta Michels' second penalty corner goal, taking a heavy deflection. And that is what secured Tassie their first outright victory in the women's. The men's ladder looks like this, so Canberra on top, leading the way with a perfect 3-0 record, but that 4-3 win today for the Tassie Tigers here at Mate Stadium has got them up into second, so the Chill and the Tigers have a good lead on the rest of the competition.
Yeah, we do, but there's a few buys that come into play here, so as we see these kind of games play start to level up, we'll see these changes in the ladder as we come into the final stretch in the last week in Tasmania.
Absolutely, and unfortunately the Fire down there with an 0-3 record, while the Perth Thundersticks continued their great run on Saturday. They are perfect as well through their 3 games. The Brisbane Blaze, having had the bye in the first week, they're 2-0, and the Tassie Tigers rounding out the top 3 on the women's ladder. That's it for our wrap today here, Renee, of these matches between Adelaide's and the Tassie Tigers from Mate Stadium. We'll see you again next week at the hockey.